Board training, as far as different methods of training, boards can be used for the dynamic effort method if you do speed work for your bench press. I wouldn't recommend using a high board for that. I would use a soft board, a 1 board, or a 2 board at the very most. Every time you go up a board, I would probably advise increasing 1 rep per set because your time under tension is going to decrease because of the range of motion decreased. For max effort work, that's a no-brainer. That's pretty much what everybody uses the boards for right now. That could be a 3 board, 2 board, 1 board. It doesn't really matter what it is. You just work up to a 1 rep or a 3 rep max and go from there. Most beginners have had a lot of success doing a 3-week wave of max effort work with the same board, using the same style. Week 1 being 5 reps, week 2 being 3 reps, week 1 being a 1 rep max. And then from there, switching the exercises or going on to a different board. For the repetition method, if you're to use boards in a different style of training that doesn't work with max effort or dynamic effort, or and it's just a linear periodization type of model, then your board presses are going to fall as supplemental exercises after you do your main movement. So then it should be a board that's chosen to work on your specific weakness to address that mini-max as a movement that falls directly after your bench press training. That also should be waived in a 1. If you're advanced, it would be every week you would change to something else. The lower down the spectrum you fall to a beginner, it can actually be a 3 or a 5-week wave. There are some other applications for board pressing, just as far as training muscle hypertrophy, bodybuilding type of things. One of them is called tricep hell, which Power B, or Glenn Buechling, and if I pronounce that wrong, Glenn, I'm sorry. He came up with this, or he was the first to show it to myself and Jim Wendler. And just for the reason that the thing is pure tricep hell, that's reason enough that you need to go to the shopping cart and buy his ebook, because he deserves it, because this is pure hell. And we'll film that later, but essentially you'll do a set number of repetitions off your chest, say it's 5, then you go a 1 board for 5, a 2 board for 5, 3 board for 5, 4 board for 5, 5 board for 5. By the time you're done, your triceps are absolutely shot. So that's one hypertrophy bodybuilding application for board press. What I want to do a little bit differently with this video is I want to flip things back on you guys, because we've been putting a lot of information out there that's from myself and our sponsors and people that I've been acquainted with over the years. What I would like to know is, how do you guys use your boards in training? So a couple ways you can do this. You can fire it back to me on the Q&A, or if you're watching this from YouTube, just comment in the thread below on how you use your boards for your training. Even if you use your boards exactly the same way that I'm speaking about here, I want to hear what kind of success you've had with that, what kind of success your athletes have had with that, what kind of success your training partners have had with that. And if there's any other applications that I haven't presented, man, I'd love to hear those, because we can take those and help share them with everybody else, which just helps everybody out there who's associated with the site. So that's as far as the board press goes. So thank you guys for your time.